Hello everyone, my name is Thiago and today I want to talk about this application that I just recently developed named Locker Manager. So the idea behind this application is help users manage lockers being assigned to people. So if a person wants a locker in a particular building, they can actually ask for one of the staff, one of the people with the proper permissions, and while while using Locker Manager, they can actually assign a locker to that person. So the importance of this application is that we could enforce business rules through the application itself instead of having to consult like the business rules by other means. So, uh, for example, like a new person comes and it's a new employee into a company, so he might not know like all the rules to assign a locker to a particular person, and he might run into trouble. So locker manager is there to help him. Or sometimes people just want to track assignments and see how they are doing, how many people they have in the building, things like that. So the the main tasks that we're going to discuss in this presentation is first the security guard. So a security guard gonna go through some assignments and gonna verify overdue assignments for the purpose of analyzing, going to the location where the locker is and see if the locker is still being used, and if it's still being used, he gonna or it has any problem, such as the locker still have like objects in it even though it's open. The security guard gonna come back and he gonna write down like a review for other people to delete that assignment and go through it. And the locker and also the security guard gonna take all the objects into the lost and found. The second task will be a teacher assigning a locker to one of his students. So this is one of the more practical tasks that we will have and is one of the most recurrent ones. So he pretty much he gonna select a student, he gonna uh, create the assignment and assign that student a particular locker. Also, the third task will be creating a visitor. So to create a visitor is a person that does not belong to the building, so does not belong to the school and is coming just to spend a period of time, but they require to be assigned a locker. Therefore, a person such as a coordinator can create them and insert them into the database and further uh, assign a locker to him. This person will have to respect the same business rules as everyone else, but it's really important to have this possibility of creating new people into a system and keeping it safe, of course. So, and then the coordinator will create the assignment, like it's the fourth task. The fifth task will be the coordinator also going through some lockers. Let's imagine that uh, uh, a male washroom or change room is being divided into two different other change rooms, one male and a female. So some of the lockers will have to be reallocated. Therefore, we're gonna use locker manager to perform the task. So, okay, so I want to show you the low fidelity prototypes that I came about, and you're gonna see that I try to respect as much as possible the original design of those prototypes. Of course, I had to change bits here and there, some combo box or some text that I had to change, but ev pretty much everything will be the same that you're gonna see in the application. So uses uh, Locker Manager uses Visual Studio and is a C# application. So as a C# application, it's really easy and really strong, and it was really easy to build this complex application using Windows Forms, since C# has so many advanced libraries and possibilities. In this situation, we have a makeshift database. It's not a particular database. I just created like an object that is populated with data. There's no, well, there was no necessity to create a database link and have all the data access layer created, just for the purpose of this presentation and having the proof of the concept of the application. It has many objects, as you can see, and those are the forms. So pretty much the like the appearances of what you're gonna see in a minute. So let's start the application. So here we have the first overview. So in the beginning of the process, I wanted to use Active Directory groups to set the permissions level of my users. But since that could change some of the configurations of my computer, I prefer to go with a less damaging way. So I create this makeshift panel that can actually, that a person, the user now can actually select which permissions he would want to use. Again, if it was a real system, if we would have to implement it, probably would be going with Active Directories if the system can supply it, but right now it can, so let's go with security. So logging as security, we can see we can do not too much. This is the main menu of Locker Manager, and he can only view assignments. Let's check some of the assignments. So in the view assignments, we can select valid assignments. Those are assignments that are not overdue and have like are in respect of all the business rules. We have no invalid assignments, no deleted assignments. Oh, but we have an overdue assignment. Let's check it. Checking the overdue assignment, we can see more details about it, such as the area that it belongs, the gender specification, and more details about the person. Let's say the security guard takes notes of this information and goes to verify the locker, and he actually found some objects. So he's gonna say here that found some objects, and he's gonna hit save to save that information for later use. So someone, once the person sees it, he's gonna delete it. Let's see if it's saved properly. Yeah, so we have our comment to our assignment. Now let's go back and log as a teacher. As you can see, it's pretty easy to change the application permission levels and play with it, and it's pretty fun. So let's create assignment. So the teacher wants to create assignment for one of his students. So let's say this girl here. So she's a female. So let's go assign her a female locker room. So let's get this one and select create. So as you can see, the assignment closes, but if you go here, you can see all the valid assignments, the assignment that you just created, all the information that we just saw. So far so good. So now let's go to our next use cases, when actually is a coordinator. He gonna create and assign a visitors create a visitor person to this, insert a person to the system, and also going to create an assignment for that person. So first let's create a visitors. Let's say it's me. So Thiago Aguiar. So I'm a male. And the temporary ID, I wanted to create a temporary ID that actually will never be the same. So what I'm doing is like I'm issuing a number according to date and time. So you're gonna see later, and it's pretty much it's automatically, as I hit create, it's gonna generate, it's gonna save to our database. So now let's create an assignment for that guy. So here's Thiago. As you can see, the identification is pretty much year, month, day, and time. So it's pretty much what we have. He has no assignment, he's a male, so let's assign him a male locker room. So let's get him this one here. So create the assignment. We can view the assignment right away here. So as you can see, assignment created, all the information is precise, everything is fine so far. So now let's see that as we discussed earlier, they want to make some changes to the application, to some of the rooms, some of the locker rooms. Let's say a male locker room will turn into a male locker room and a female locker room. So we can go here, manage lockers, select the area. So the male locker room, we're gonna select this locker over here. So we can set edit. So now we cannot change the locker number, but we can change its location. So let's change it to a female locker room. So as you can see, it changes. Let's save and see if we have our female locker rooms. We have our new locker room here, a female one. Close. We can even go and try to create a new assignment, but this will be out of the scope. So it's have been really fun to create this application. I believe this application has multiple use and can be uh, um, issued in many different ways in order to be used by many different businesses. Uh, the application has a very simple uh, overview. It can be a little bit more complicated and tricky if you want to go to more specific and different uh, requirements to the system. But so far, I believe Locker Manager has done a pretty good job into assigning and managing lockers and helping people to do so. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching and have a good day.